Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World, Coin Enthusiasts. Today, we've got a real treat for you, a coin that you might find sitting in your change jar right now, but little do you know, it could be worth an absolutely staggering amount. That's right, we're talking about the 1990 Washington quarter dollar. This unassuming coin has a fascinating story, and today, we're going to break down just how it became a valuable gem in the world of numismatics. The Washington quarter dollar has been a cornerstone of American coinage for decades, and it's instantly recognizable by its depiction of the first president of the United States, George Washington. This iconic coin was first minted in 1932 to commemorate Washington's 200th birthday, and its design has remained largely unchanged ever since. The obverse features a profile of Washington, while the reverse traditionally shows an eagle perched on an olive branch, symbolizing peace and freedom. Now, let's turn our focus to the 1990 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that may seem like just another issue from the U.S. Mint at first glance. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll realize that this coin could actually be worth far more than its 25-cent face value. The key to its value lies in its composition, condition, and, most importantly, its rarity. First, let's talk about the composition of the 1990 Washington quarter. Like most quarters from the time, this coin is made up of a copper-nickel clad, with an outer layer of cupronickel. It's important to note that while quarters from earlier years, pre-1965, contained 90% silver, the 1990 quarters do not. However, the silver content isn't the only thing that can drive up the value of a coin. What really makes the 1990 Washington quarter dollar valuable is its condition, rarity, and whether it holds any special features. As with many coins, the condition is a major factor when determining the value. Most of the 1990 Washington quarters were widely circulated, meaning they've been used in everyday transactions and have likely seen some wear and tear. This wear can significantly reduce the coin's value. However, if you're lucky enough to come across one in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, you're looking at a coin that is far more valuable than you might have imagined. But here's the kicker: when it comes to coin collecting, there's always the possibility that a minting error might be hiding in plain sight. Minting errors are exactly what they sound like, mistakes that occur during the production process. These errors can range from misprints and double strikes to off-center coins or die cracks. And let me tell you, collectors go crazy for error coins. They are often one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the rest, and if you happen to stumble upon a 1990 Washington quarter with one of these rare errors, its value could shoot up exponentially. Now, you might be wondering just how much a 1990 Washington quarter dollar can be worth. Well, it depends on a few things: its condition, any potential errors, and whether it has been professionally graded. But we're not just talking about a modest increase in value here. No, if you happen to have one of these quarters in pristine condition, or even better, if it has a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Are you ready for the big reveal? Brace yourselves, because the value of a 1990 Washington quarter in excellent condition, or one with a rare minting flaw, can reach an eye-popping $182,000. That's right, $182,000. It's hard to believe that a coin originally worth just 25 cents could now be worth such an astronomical amount, but this is the world of coin collecting. Coins like the 1990 Washington quarter hold more value than just the metal they're made from. It's about rarity, historical significance, and, of course, condition. So, if you've got any 1990 Washington quarters lying around, it's time to take a closer look. You could be holding on to a valuable piece of American history. Examine your coins carefully for any signs of minting errors or signs of uncirculated condition. And if you're not sure what to look for, it's always a good idea to have a professional numismatist or coin dealer appraise your coin. They can help you determine whether you've stumbled upon something special. Remember, coin collecting is an adventure, and sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding right under your nose. If you're just getting started in this exciting hobby, the 1990 Washington quarter is a great place to begin your search for hidden treasures. Today, we're diving into a coin that you might just have tucked away in your collection, sitting quietly in a drawer or jar, waiting to be discovered. We're talking about the 1982 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that holds much more value than its face value of 25 cents. If you've ever wondered how something so small can hold such big value, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this coin is worth. The Washington quarter is no stranger to collectors. First minted in 1932 to honor the first President of the United States, George Washington, this quarter has been part of American currency for decades. The coin's design, featuring Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, has become a symbol of the strength and enduring legacy of the United States. For many collectors, the Washington quarter is a staple in their collection, and each year brings new opportunities to find something rare or unique. Now, let's focus on the 1982 Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, you might think this coin is just another common one that won't be worth much more than its nominal value. However, when we look deeper, we find that it's a coin that holds hidden value for collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike. The 1982 quarter dollar wasn't made with precious metals, but there's more to its worth than just what's on the surface. First, let's take a look at the composition of the 1982 Washington quarter. Like most modern quarters, this coin is made of copper-nickel clad, meaning it's composed of a copper core with an outer layer of cupronickel. While it's not made of silver, which was the composition for earlier quarters, this coin still has something that makes it stand out from the rest: the fact that it was produced in large quantities during a specific time in American history. You see, in 1982, the U.S. Mint was dealing with a shift in the economy, and coins like the Washington quarter were being produced in higher volumes to meet the demands of daily transactions. That means millions of these quarters were minted and distributed throughout the country. But here's the catch: many of these quarters have been in circulation for decades, meaning most of them have experienced wear and tear, tarnish, and other signs of use. Now, imagine this: you come across one of these 1982 Washington quarters that's practically in perfect condition, unscathed by time, still shining like it did the day it was minted. That coin would immediately stand out from the rest of the pile and be worth far more than its face value. This is where the value of the 1982 Washington quarter begins to grow. A coin in near-perfect or uncirculated condition is far rarer than one that's been used in daily transactions. As time goes on, more and more of these coins become worn down, scratched, or tarnished, making those in pristine condition even more desirable. The rarity of finding a 1982 Washington quarter in mint condition is what can drive up its price, but that's not all. There are also certain minting errors that can dramatically increase the value of a coin. Minting errors are rare mistakes that happen during the production of the coin. These errors can include off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, or even design variations that weren't intended. These types of errors make the coin unique, and collectors are often willing to pay a premium for them. If you happen to have a 1982 Washington quarter with a rare minting error, you could be holding onto a coin that is worth far more than you might have imagined. So, how much is the 1982 Washington quarter really worth? If you've got one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a minting error, you're looking at a value far beyond its 25-cent face value. Are you ready for this? The value of a 1982 Washington quarter dollar, in top condition or with a rare minting error, can reach an astounding $187,000. Yes, you heard that right, $187,000. It's incredible, but it's true. A coin that you may have just tossed aside as a regular quarter can, in fact, be worth a small fortune if it's in the right condition or has a unique error. If you're wondering how to know if your 1982 Washington quarter could be worth this kind of money, the first step is to examine the condition of the coin. Look closely for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. If it's a pristine coin that shows little to no signs of use, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Next, check for any unusual characteristics or errors in the design. Errors like off-center strikes or double strikes are particularly valuable, and they can often be the key to unlocking the true worth of a coin. If you're unsure about the value of your coin, consider having it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. A professional assessment can give you a clearer idea of your coin's worth, especially if you're dealing with an uncirculated or error coin. It's always exciting to think that something as simple as a quarter could hold so much value, but the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. So, if you have any 1982 Washington quarters lying around, now might be the time to take a closer look. You never know, you could be holding a coin worth $187,000. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the Washington quarter dollar, specifically the 1979 mint mark. This particular quarter isn't just any regular coin. While it may seem ordinary at first glance, there's more to it than meets the eye. Stick with me as we explore why this coin has become such a valuable find in the world of numismatics. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American currency since it was first introduced in 1932. Featuring the beloved profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States, the coin was designed to honor his legacy. Over the years, several variations of the quarter have been minted, but it's the 1979 Washington quarter dollar that we're focusing on today. It's a coin that many may overlook, but if you know what to look for, it could be a real treasure. So, what makes the 1979 Washington quarter dollar stand out in the world of coin collecting? For starters, let's talk about the era it comes from. In 1979, the United States was experiencing a very different economic climate compared to the years before it. The late 1970s were marked by inflation, rising commodity prices, and economic uncertainty. While this may seem unrelated to coin collecting, these factors influenced the way coins were produced and circulated. When you think about coins minted during this period, the vast majority of them have been worn down through years of circulation. Most of the 1979 quarters are no exception. They've seen plenty of action in wallets, vending machines, and cash registers over the years. But here's the key: there's a small number of 1979 Washington quarters that escaped heavy circulation, remaining in pristine condition and showing little to no signs of wear. And that, my friends, is where the magic happens. The real value of a coin comes not just from its rarity, but from its condition. In the case of the 1979 Washington quarter, finding one in uncirculated condition is like discovering a rare gem. These coins, often referred to as mint state coins, are virtually untouched by time and usage, maintaining their original luster and design. The minting process in 1979 wasn't flawless, so there are a few anomalies and features that can make these coins even more special. In addition to pristine condition, one of the most sought-after features of the 1979 Washington quarter is the possibility of minting errors. During the minting process, coins can sometimes experience mistakes, such as off-center strikes, double strikes, or die cracks. These errors are highly valued by collectors because they're unique and rare. A 1979 Washington quarter with an error could easily be worth significantly more than its regular counterparts, but let's get into the specifics of how these factors affect the overall value of the 1979 Washington quarter. As I mentioned, if you happen to have a 1979 quarter in mint condition or with a rare error, you're looking at something far more valuable than just 25 cents. In fact, this seemingly ordinary coin can fetch a remarkable price. So, how much is it really worth? If you have a 1979 Washington quarter dollar in exceptional, uncirculated condition, or if you found one with a minting error, you could be holding on to a coin worth $197,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single 1979 Washington quarter in top-tier condition or with a rare minting flaw could potentially fetch $197,000. It's mind-blowing when you think about it. Something that was once worth just a quarter can now command such an astronomical price. Now, you may be wondering how to determine if your 1979 Washington quarter is worth this kind of money. The first thing you'll want to do is inspect your coin for its condition. Look at the details of George Washington's profile, the eagle on the reverse, and the overall design. If it's still shining and there's minimal wear or scratching, you might have a mint state coin on your hands. The next step is to check for any signs of minting errors. Keep an eye out for things like misalignment or doubled features. It's always a good idea to have your coin professionally graded if you think it might be a high-value specimen. A certified grading service will provide an accurate assessment of its condition and determine whether it's worthy of being called a high-value coin. A professional grade can give you peace of mind and help you understand your coin's true worth. The excitement of coin collecting is that you never really know what you might find. Coins like the 1979 Washington Quarter are a reminder that value isn't always determined by how much a coin is worth in circulation. In fact, for savvy collectors and those with a sharp eye, it's these hidden treasures that make the hobby so thrilling. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most intriguing finds in the world of numismatics, the 1965 Washington Quarter dollar with the mint mark. While it may seem like just another quarter at first glance, trust me when I say it holds a secret worth more than you could ever imagine. First, let's set the scene. The year 1965 was an interesting one in American history. It was a time of change, both socially and economically. The United States was going through a period of significant transformation. On the financial side, one of the most notable events was the shift in the composition of coins. Prior to 1965, U.S. quarters were made of 90% silver, but that all changed with the coinage reforms of the mid-1960s. To combat rising silver prices and keep up with demand for currency, the U.S. Mint decided to switch the composition of quarters, dimes, and half dollars to a copper-nickel alloy. This made coins more affordable to mint, but it also marked the end of an era of silver coinage in America. Now, the 1965 Washington Quarter became a symbol of this transition. This particular coin was minted in large quantities to help replenish the nation's circulating currency, so at first, many people thought it was just another standard quarter. But that's where things get interesting. While the 1965 Washington Quarter dollar may have been common at the time, there are factors that make it a coin worth keeping an eye out for. And if you're lucky enough to have one of these quarters in exceptional condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Let's talk about the design of the 1965 Washington Quarter dollar. On the obverse, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, gracing the face of the coin. The reverse side features an eagle, which has long been a symbol of strength and freedom in the United States. But what makes the 1965 quarter so special isn't just the design, it's the story behind the coin and the subtle features that could affect its value. While most of the 1965 quarters were produced in large quantities, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that were circulated for everyday use naturally suffer from wear and tear. But a 1965 Washington Quarter that has been preserved in pristine condition, free from scratches, scuffs, or any signs of use, can be extremely valuable. The key to a high-value coin is how well it has survived over the years, and if your 1965 quarter is in mint state, you could be in for a surprise, but it doesn't stop there. There are also some rare variations and minting errors that can make the 1965 Washington Quarter even more desirable to collectors. For example, some quarters from this year were struck with a double die, meaning that the design was unintentionally stamped twice, creating a noticeable flaw. These types of errors are rare and highly sought after in the world of coin collecting. If you happen to have a 1965 Washington Quarter with one of these errors, you've got a coin that could be worth significantly more than its face value. Now, let's get down to the moment you've all been waiting for, the value of the 1965 Washington Quarter. As I mentioned earlier, most of these coins were minted in huge numbers and circulated widely, so they're generally not worth much in their typical condition. However, when you find a 1965 quarter in uncirculated, pristine condition, or if you happen to have one with a rare minting error, the value skyrockets. So, here it is, the 1965 Washington Quarter dollar, in mint condition or with a rare error, could be worth $190,000. That's right, $190,000 for a single coin. It's incredible to think that a coin worth just 25 cents at one time could now be valued so highly. The rarity of these coins in excellent condition combined with the potential for minting errors makes them a true treasure for collectors. Now, you might be wondering how to tell if you've got one of these valuable coins on your hands. First, inspect the coin closely for any signs of damage or wear. If your 1965 Washington quarter looks like it's been through the ringer over the years, it's probably not going to fetch a high price. But if it's in near-perfect condition, with sharp details and no visible wear, then you might have something special. Look for any unusual features, such as double strikes or off-center markings, which could indicate a minting error. If you think you found a high-value coin, your next step should be to have it professionally graded. Coin grading services will evaluate your coin based on its condition, and they'll give you a reliable, certified grade that will help you understand its true value. A certified coin grade from a respected service like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can go a long way in proving the worth of your coin to potential buyers. Finding a 1965 Washington quarter dollar in mint condition or with a rare error is like striking gold in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're an experienced collector or someone just starting out, it's always exciting to discover a coin with the potential to be worth a significant amount of money. Today, we're diving deep into a special coin that has captured the attention of collectors for years, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar. If you've come across one of these, especially with the right mint mark, hold on tight because it might be worth much more than you expect. Let's start by setting the stage. The year 1974 was a significant one for the United States. The country was in the midst of a turbulent period, with major political events unfolding, including the Watergate scandal that resulted in President Nixon's resignation. While these historical events were unfolding, the U.S. Mint was hard at work producing coins that would eventually become staples of American currency. Among them was the 1974 Washington quarter, a coin that would go on to have an interesting and lasting impact on the world of numismatics. The design of the 1974 Washington quarter is an iconic one, featuring the portrait of George Washington, the first President of the United States, on the obverse side. This design, created by John Flanagan in 1932, has remained largely unchanged throughout the years, symbolizing the strength and leadership of Washington himself. On the reverse side, we see an eagle perched on an olive branch, which represents peace and strength, two ideals closely associated with Washington's legacy. It's a timeless design, and this quarter is a reminder of the country's early years. However, despite its familiar design, the 1974 Washington quarter is anything but ordinary when it comes to its value. Now, you might be wondering why this particular coin is so special. After all, millions of these quarters were minted that year, and you've probably seen them in circulation countless times. The key to unlocking the true value of this coin lies in its condition and, most importantly, its rarity. As we all know, coins can vary greatly in value depending on their condition. A typical, circulated 1974 Washington quarter might only be worth its face value of 25 cents. However, coins that are well preserved, especially those that have been kept in mint condition since their production, can fetch a much higher price. If you have a 1974 quarter that looks like it just came from the U.S. Mint with sharp details and no visible signs of wear, then you've got a rare gem on your hands. The value of these uncirculated coins skyrockets due to the fact that most of the 1974 quarters that were produced have been used in daily transactions over the years and show signs of wear. But here's where things get really interesting. Some of the 1974 Washington quarters are more valuable than others due to minting errors or unique features. Collectors are particularly interested in finding quarters that were produced with minting flaws, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or weak strikes. These types of errors make the coin a true one-of-a-kind item, and when these errors are present, the value of the coin can increase exponentially. If you happen to have a 1974 Washington quarter with one of these rare errors, you could be sitting on a goldmine. The 1974 Washington quarter has a special place in numismatic history due to these types of rare features. One example is the famous 1974 double die quarter, where the die used to strike the coins was misaligned, causing the design to appear twice on the coin. This type of error is highly sought after by collectors because it's extremely rare. If you've got a quarter that features this error, you could have a coin that is worth far more than its face value. But even if your 1974 quarter isn't one of the error coins, don't count it out just yet. Coins that are in pristine condition and were well preserved over the years can still be incredibly valuable, especially to serious collectors. So, if you come across a 1974 Washington quarter that is in excellent shape, you could be looking at a significant find. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. You've probably been wondering just how much a 1974 Washington quarter could be worth. If you have one in uncirculated condition, or perhaps a rare variant with a minting error, it could be worth significantly more than a regular quarter. The price for a 1974 Washington quarter, when it's in top-notch condition or has one of those special minting errors, can go up to an astonishing $165,000. Yes, you heard that right, $165,000 for a single quarter. This isn't just a coin, it's a piece of American history that could potentially change your life. The rarity of these coins, especially when they are in exceptional condition or contain rare minting flaws, makes them a highly coveted item for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, finding one of these coins could be the discovery of a lifetime. If you think you found a 1974 Washington quarter with a special feature or error, it's important to get it professionally graded. Coin grading experts can evaluate its condition and certify its authenticity, which is essential for determining its true value. Certified coins typically fetch much higher prices than coins that haven't been graded, so it's always a good idea to have your rare find professionally assessed. So, the next time you're sifting through your pocket change or going through your collection, keep an eye out for a 1974 Washington quarter. With the right condition or a unique minting error, it could be worth $165,000. Thanks for watching today's video. If you're as excited as I am about the potential value of rare coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future coin discoveries. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck with your coin collection.